The others have got to make a move now. 10 laps of the Mandalika circuit. Race 8 of 12 of the season. Our drone gives us the perfect view of a lovely, solid, clean start from Murrell Bilbertoni. He leads the line as they go down into the first corner at the end of the long straight. He's taken Daniel Shami with him. But it's Murrell who will go there first. Also a good start from Galang Hendra Pratama, bike 56.
Yeah, he came through well from row 2. So you got 157, 56 and 57 in the first 3.
All wearing blue. That makes it easy. All on the blue, but it's a solid start. I like that.
Yeah, RB and P4, sorry Des.
RB still has the rev cuts, so has to just manage his way around the circuit. As we come through the windy part, this is where you will feel a little bit of wind just to hold up things, and an interesting line taken by Galang Hendra.
Yeah, the Yamahas of Isam Iqbal, Chandra Hermawan and Kritapat very much in the mix there.
We saw the Yamaha of Rich Takahiro as well in the red. The TY Antara's racing colours. As you look over the Indian Ocean, the front 6, even in this early stages, just beginning to pull away a little bit. It's looking pretty good for Yamaha's 2 Hondas. Kritapat needs to get close up to that group, as does Chanda, as does the Kawasaki of Andy Mohammed Fadli.
Fadila just easing his way up another spot, staying out of trouble, showing the composure that took him to that brilliantly judged race win yesterday.
They come through the start-finish line. Murrell Bilbertoni ahead of Chandra and Fadila Arbi, Isam Iqbal and Galang Hendra. Kritapat has got himself close. The gap between the front 6 now barely noticeable, but Murrell looking good, as is Fadila Arbi once again. He's looking very confident. He was in Hungary last week. He's a wild card in Moto 3. Yeah,
he was. He acquitted himself very well too, and he's showing the same composure. He's unhurried, but he's just made himself up 4 places on the last lap, and he made it look easy. I guess that's a measure of the Indonesian rider's quality.
Chandra and Fadil in support, and leading the way as we come through 93.
Kritapat there as well. First visit here this weekend to Mandalika for Kritapat Cancun, which makes his achievements so far all the more impressive.
It's a really good pace, first lap time in the below 150s. As we come under starters under investigation. Would have been a jump start from somebody, and then as you see that coming up on the race monitor, you begin to wonder, is this going to affect one of the leading riders?
I was watching really closely to the front half of the grid. I didn't see a movement that looked untoward to me from that drone shot.
As we come through at the end of lap number 2 though, it is Chandra, bike 88, who leads from Murrell, Fadila and Kritapat. He's got himself right on the tail there. Actually, Murrell is the man who's come through. Kritapat doing very nicely. I always look out for your Thai riders, Barry.
My Thai riders. Well, Kritapat was fastest in warm-up this morning and looking very confident during the pit walk.
And this group took the warm-up seriously, unlike the Underbone 150 guys.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Didn't want to show anything. Kritapat, bike number 39. He's accelerating away. Difficult to pull away in the 250s.
Yeah, especially when you've got riders of the quality of Harvey. And oh, look at this, Des. There's my boy. In black with a pink helmet. And that's Irfan Ardiansha on the number 16. NWN SCK Honda.
Fadila Arbi just kind of followed him through and took the place back. And Fadila is leading. He likes to lead the way, doesn't he? He likes to dictate matters. Irfan just tries to put himself on the inside as they come through 16.
Doesn't take any prisoners, Irfan, does he? Chandra doesn't either. He was in all sorts of scraps yesterday.
That right turn seems to go on forever, doesn't it, at 16?
Yeah, it really does. And also very well positioned, Izam Iqbal. So good to see Izam coming through for Victor Racing and establishing himself as a championship contender.
7 laps to go. Irfan Ardiansa has just posted the fastest lap time. 1:47.254, which is half a second faster than anybody else has posted.
Izam's come through as well, and so Fadila's been shuffled back a little bit, 3 places. And he's got Daniel Shami just behind him now. Great to see Daniel Shami on the podium yesterday. First 250 podium for him and for Uma Racing in this category.
Number 80, track warning. Is gotta go right the way down. That's Fadil Al-Ghassani for Yamaha Racing Indonesia. Doesn't affect the top positions.
So be back at the front, and this time he's got Izam Iqbal behind him
And
Irfan. So plenty to think about for the championship leader on the Astra Honda, and a little bit of daylight.
It's a pretty fast train, and fascinated to see the different lines that you take coming into 16 to get the drive out into 17. And although it doesn't come into play just yet, it's probably rehearsing each time. How can I accelerate, get the drive? Because the finish line is right there. Oh, there was a little bit of smoke in the background there.
There was. We couldn't see what that was all about, but there is a lot now. What is that? Is it an engine blow up? It's a Kawasaki, it's Aiki Yoshi. Can't see the smoke coming from.
Or maybe it was just the gravel pit.
Yeah, hopefully it was just that. Yeah.
It was spectacular backdrop, but not a nice finish for Iyoshi, who's had a difficult time.
Yeah, showed such good speed in practice on Friday as well.
It's going to be another 0 points for him. Actually, just 36 points, is 11th at the moment. Arbi is leading the way.
Yeah, just 9/10 between P1 and P6. P6 currently, Murabo Vitoni. Guess what? Arbi is in P1.
In the Honda pits, they're looking on. It was a good day for Astra Honda yesterday. They had wins at 250 and 600. And this is looking promising once again. And in terms of the championship, it really is important for Kritapat and Izam and even Murabil. Possibly even as low down as Galang Hendra. Izam Iqbal.
No, that's Mbembe. Sorry, forgot his name. Joshua Mbale, I think.
I'm looking for 124.
No,
there he is. Okay,
yeah,
Izam,
he's there.
right in the middle there. So there's a scary moment, well, for those who are listening to the commentary anyway and who support Izam Iqbal, but Izam is healthy and in a squashed position chasing P2.
Yeah, much more confident race from Irfan Ardiansa today. Yesterday he finished down in 7th, 10 seconds off the winner.
These AP250s, they're behaving more and more like underbone racers now, aren't they? It's so congested. 4, 5, 6 wide as you look at that skimming through. 571 Mushabi.
contact there. Arby unusually getting himself into a bit of argy-bargy, and look who's coming up on the outside. He's had a quiet race so far, but Breach Takahira's getting his teeth into this front group.
Another warning regarding track limits from race control. Again, it doesn't really impact the front, but interesting to see that Fadil Misavi, one of the wild cards, he's pushed himself towards the front, as reached Takahira, as you said.
Aldiaz Axel, the number 69, is in that group too.
But it's Arby who leads, with Chandra just behind. It's Aldiaz. They do throw up some fine races out of the regions to Indonesia. And again, the different lines. How do you take 16? Do you go wide and then tight on 17, or tight so you're pushed wide on 17?
A lot of the time it depends on what the rider ahead of you or to the side of you or behind you is doing as to how you make that decision.
4 laps to go. Fadila Arby, championship leader, leads the way. I gave you the start was under investigation. There is no jump start, and so your eyes do not deceive you, Barry Russell.
Maybe not this time. Well, Mirabel is currently down in 7th, so this is a little bit quiet. We don't know the extent to which he was knocked around by that crash yesterday. It was a heavy one.
So maybe looking to make a move in the next 4 laps. Kritapat, the number 39, second in the championship, 30 points adrift of Fadila. If you've got championship credentials, you can't let Fadila get too far away.
Kritapat really needs to find a way of finishing in front of Fadila. He knows that very well. Intelligent, articulate young rider.
That was a scary moment.
Yeah, it certainly was.
I think that was Irfan Haikal just coming into the mix for the first time, young Malaysian. He's had an encouraging season, Irfan.
He does go well here. He qualified on pole last year.
But still Fadila holds on, and he's got Aldiaz ahead of him, Aldiaz for company. And Irfan Ardiansa just behind him, the 2 Hondas. Where is Kritapat? There he is on the shoulder. That's nice position with 3 laps to go for Kritapat. And also Chanda, bike number 88, he holds on. But Fadila Arby Aditama is dictating this race at the moment, Barry.
Yeah, as he did yesterday. I think he dominated the race a little bit more yesterday, but he still looks very composed, very assured. Certain, probably in his own mind, that he's going to win this.
Well, success breeds confidence, and he's had success. But he's under pressure. Hizam Iqbal is the latest to come through from Victor Racing. Bike 124. Aldiaz wins the gauntlet. Irfan Ardiansa just sneaks in.
Yeah, Victor Racing's Hizam Iqbal has got better and better all weekend. He was quite quiet by his standards on Friday. Qualified quite as well as he might have done, but he's getting faster now.
Coming back in towards the main grandstand area. They've been out in the country, they've been out towards the Indian Ocean, they've had a dip in the sea. And now they're coming back towards the business end. Go over those rumble strips. We had a look at them yesterday. They're pretty deep, those rumble strips. Don't go too far over them.
That's right, if you just skim them they're okay, but if you get a couple of inches onto them then you do get shaken up.
Coming through, Adila Arby, not shaken up at all. Fadila.
Chandra taking up the chase.
Ooh, Kritapat's dropped down quite a bit. You don't want to be there at the end of the next lap, Kritapat. 10th at the moment. Gary Salem has come in, the wild card. But Arby's lead is 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, the the fight behind him is probably helping.
Andy Fadley receives a long lap penalty. Too many indiscretions on the track limits.
Rich Takahira, that's a nicely timed move from the Japanese rider on the TY Antares Yamaha.
You are wondering, or I am wondering, if some of the riders have just kept themselves a little bit of something in reserve. Chandra for one, Takahira you've just mentioned for another. I'm certain that Murabile Vitoni has got some more to offer. 157 is back in the shop for the first time in a few laps.
Yeah, Gazam got slowed down there. I think there was some wheel-to-wheel contact that caused his R3 to get out of shape. He's dropped back a little bit.
Arby?
Here, oh no, sorry. There he is, there he is. I knew he was there somewhere.
Arby was forced into really making some evasive action by Chandra. He's a very aggressive rider, we discovered. And there is your pal Takahira. I did give you friendships that you maybe haven't done in real life, didn't I?
they're really fictional, but good fun. And Rich Takahira is going to lead them across the line, is he? Not quite.
Well, Murabile Vitoni back in the equation. Final lap. That's a nice time for Takahira and Murabile to make their move. Fadila Arbi, who had a serenity all over his forehead, is now looking a little bit more concerned because Takahira is there. Takahira, who hasn't had a podium this year, remarkably. A couple of P4s. And Murabile Vitoni, who's had a couple of podiums but no wins.
Now Arby's pushing. He used all the curb there to get past Murabile.
Murabile forced to stand up, and Arby's using the track plus. And Murabile's gone with him. Takahira has the inside line, but Arby, gosh, not to be bullied.
Ooh, somebody's gone very wide. Was that? That's Chandra.
Murabile versus Arby. It's building up to a terrific finale. Kritapat wants to get closer. Irfan Ardiansa is there as well, but they're running out of track. Your leader once again, Fadila Arbi. He's got Takahira behind him as they approach 15 and 16. There's 15, and then the long right. Murabile on the inside. Who has the line? Who will get the drive out into 17? Fadila Arbi. He looks in pole position at the moment as they come through. It's beautifully done, and Fadila Arbi, that is a wonderful double ahead of Murabile and Isam Iqbal, Takahira and Daniel Shami. But that was as clean a win as you can possibly imagine from Fadila Arbi, Barry Russell.
Yeah, he was in a real scrap at the end. It wasn't like yesterday when he had it totally under control. He had to show some real fight, some real aggression there, so it was good to see that side of him.